Link TV, connecting you to the world. Link TV is viewer supported. Watch more at linktv.org.
China's 60th anniversary party. Pomp, circumstance, and criticism. Next on Global Pulse. A comparison of how media worldwide are interpreting China's 60th anniversary.
The Chinese sure know how to throw a party. The People's Republic of China celebrated 60 years of communist rule with a bang. Media worldwide covered all the pomp and circumstance, but not all the coverage was happy, happy, joy, joy. But more of that later. For China's state-sponsored CCTV, the event was flawless, everyone was happy, and pride for the motherland inexhaustible.
The pageant carried the theme, I Advance Along with the Motherland. 3 sections were involved: thoughts, achievements, and the future. Participants from all walks of life paraded along with the floats to exhibit the country's development over the past 6 decades. The civilian paraders and performers showed confidence, pride, and joy in their devotion to the motherland.
The display of China's military might had Fox News raising the red alert.
1.3 billion Chinese, a fifth of the world's population, celebrated prosperity today. Everything seems within their reach, except political freedom. For 2 hours, 5,000 marching troops crossed Tiananmen Square. 52 new made-in-China weapons, including missiles that have the capability to hit Taiwan. Floats carried what were said to be intercontinental ballistic missiles designed for nuclear war. A modern country still anchored to the aging image of the founder of Communist China, Mao Zedong.
South Africa's SABC came down hard on China, at one point calling the floats gaudy, but focused their reporting on the protests and continued oppression of the Tibetan people.
As China showed its might to the world with a massive parade in Beijing, in India, Tibetan exiles stormed the Chinese embassy in Delhi. They condemned the Chinese celebration of what they termed as 60 years of violence, lies, oppression, and occupation of Tibet.
They have made their country rich by sucking people's blood. They do not follow the path of truth. They kill our people and make their country rich.
The BBC saw the parade as a display of the power of the Communist Party, showcasing a party most Beijing residents weren't even allowed to come to.
President Hu Jintao stood on the spot where Chairman Mao announced the establishment of the People's Republic back in 1949, and the world's largest army put on a show. The might of this army underwrites communist rule here. Nothing and no one can challenge it. Mr. Hu rode in a red flag limousine, wearing a Mao-style tunic. Mao's portrait led the parade. His leadership cost the lives of millions, but there's been no apology from his party. Heavily choreographed, ordinary Beijingers were told to stay at home. This celebration for the People's Republic was invitation only.
Since most Chinese were not allowed to attend the events, CCTV's coverage was all they could rely on. According to China Digital Times, CCTV surveyed Chinese for their satisfaction with National Day coverage. 85% found the coverage to be very poor. Not everyone used the celebration to criticize China. Some even found similarities. Communism wouldn't have been possible without the former Soviet Union's tutelage, which Russia's RT was happy to point out.
Mao Zedong proclaimed the birth of the new China on October 1st, 1949, setting the country on a new course of communism.
In the early days of the People's Republic of China, leaders in Beijing had to look for inspiration somewhere, and they turned to their northern neighbor, the Soviet Union, in their search for a role model.
Moscow did a lot to help the young communist regime get on its feet. The Soviet Union was described as an older brother. Nowadays, the socialism with Chinese characteristics has lifted China to being a leading player on the world stage.
International media may believe that China's show was aimed at the world, but according to Melinda Liu in Newsweek,
the reason for all the pomp and circumstance is to speak directly to the Chinese. Beijing's leadership is trying to say something surprisingly simple. You are safe because China is strong. The regime's underlying mood is not aggression, it's insecurity.
Was the parade a show of power for the world or just for the Chinese citizens? Leave us a comment on our website or on YouTube. For Global Pulse, I'm Erin Coker.
Link TV is the only U.S. network dedicated to global and national news, uncompromising documentaries, and diverse cultural programs. Programs which connect you to the world. To learn more, visit linktv.org.